Holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Redskins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. From the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard
line. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive set. Open man is Michael Thomas. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Thomas, 81 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Go! Switch!
They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. This is Logan. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Hey, pick your game up. Check 55 to mine. Check 55 to mine.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. An update from Denver. The Chargers have taken the early lead over the Broncos. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jackson now. And that's complete. It's Sims. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. I'm just impressed he held on to that football. You're coming across the middle on the crossing route like that, absorb that contact. Whew.
All we talk about in today's football is trying to get the football away from the offensive player. Sometimes you just can't do that, and you have to finish a play off with a good old-fashioned tackle, as we just saw.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup, 15 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Jackson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Hopkins with the extra point. 7-7, our score after 1. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Mike 54. Mike 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Not here. Take off.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, he's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. following the touchdown. Here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. A good game there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson.
And there we saw one of the...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops. Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And here we go on 4th down with Murray. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles? The coach. The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. The coach. We get slap happy up here sometimes. On 2nd down, it's Love. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as these guys are able to regain the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
From the 25 on second down, Murray. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Love. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
1st down, Murray. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A final shot before half from Murray. And the pressure gets to him again. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they'd burned here. They are out of timeouts now. before we've even hit the fourth quarter. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 27, Jackson slings this deep for McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check, crouch.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Push him back. Mine's 54. Watch QB drop. Hey, watch that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by Robert Quinn. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Complete. Richardson has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
Redskins first down.
They go play action now. Jackson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Robert Quinn able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's now third and goal.
Who's that?
Third and goal, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here?
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
35's the mic. I don't even know why this team showed up.
On second and 11 now. Murray, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 11.
35's the mic. Coming to you, coming to you. Mike 35, Mike 35.
On play action, it's Murray. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
55, my God, 55. Target, 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 target. Mike 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Get that quarterback, D-line.
They're going for it. It's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll run on first down. It's Love. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Bryce Love, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Throwing on third and long. Murray. And he's going to go down again. Jonathan Allen giving him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. From their own end zone, it's a fake, and he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Going to give it to Love. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Here's Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Tyler Boyd, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They go play action here on first down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time, but it's going to be second down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A huge play there for Arizona. 47 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
You must be dreaming. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And it'll be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run again with Love on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, Barber. Oh, Barber loses it. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll start on the ground with Barber, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 4 at the 26-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now second and 4.
Watch the slant.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Here's Tressway now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. To return is Taylor. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. They're in the 4th quarter in Denver, and it was the Chargers who were able to take home the victory in that one. A win would be their first of the young season. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second and 11 now. Murray. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
35's the mic. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
Here's Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat in there to make the sack.